Absolutely.
And I
we all
would
do
like
that.
to know, what was the number one mistake that you thought you made in your business journey, maybe in Hong Kong or even in Mumbai, that you wish someone had warned you about?
Of course, mistakes we all make, and that's how we grow, and that's how things happen. So one should not be afraid to make mistakes. I was happy to take the risk coming to a new country, not knowing anybody at all. I literally knew one person and I knew of you. So yeah, so we go back a long time. You know, your product, of course, has to be good. That's a given. But marketing plays a huge role in any business, I think. So if
So
you
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you just wait for the word of mouth to do its job, I think it could take longer than you would have the patience for, or just a much longer time. So I think in any kind of business, it's just important to set aside a marketing budget, possibly even a PR budget to just get the word out there. Because once you have visibility, once somebody tries your product, or you have confidence in your product and you know it is good, one thing will lead to the other and it will grow. So I think that's one thing that when I started out my business in Mumbai in 2009, I didn't do that at all. So for me to reach from point A to point, let's say, G or whatever, took longer than it did in Hong Kong, because I learned from that mistake of mine in Mumbai. Well, I wouldn't really call it a mistake, because also I was at a different stage of my life. My
Yeah.
kids were very young. I had my
Yeah.
hands full. And also it was the first time I was starting something of
Yeah,
my
we
own.
all have our journey that we go through, right?
Correct. So it's all about balance. It's all about learning. So that's something I didn't do. So though I did well in Mumbai, it took me a while to get there. And then when I started my brand in Hong Kong, I was very focused on the fact that I'm going to really focus on marketing. I'm going to have some sort of a PR and a media plan to get the word out there, so that more people come and try my product, and then it can reach the next level. So I think that would definitely be one piece of advice I'd give to people starting out.
Totally agree. Money is always such a conversation, right? And so with as with anyone, I'm sure people want to know, like, what are the first things that we should focus on. And marketing and PR, for me also, I started without any idea. So I think that's something that all of our viewers should keep in
Yes.
mind too, if they're starting out into, entrepreneurship or getting their own things done. Talking about marketing and PR budget, I want to know, like, what do you think is a good percentage or a good amount that someone should think of setting aside when they start their business?
I mean, it could be different for everybody. Depends on the budgets, depends on what your investment levels and what kind of a strategy you're following. But I would say anything from 10 to 15% of your revenues would be a good. I mean, it is a big chunk, but I think the investment pays off, and you can take stock every year to see how the business is growing, and then decide your budget at the start of the year, and maybe take stock every quarter, or somewhere halfway along the year, to see how things are moving and where you want to go. So yeah, I would say something like
Yeah,
that.
but at the same time, marketing and PR budget, right? That's something that people really need to think through and plan and strategize, because
Yes.
otherwise it's like a sandpit. Nothing is
Yeah.
enough. So you really need, and especially as a young entrepreneur or a fresh entrepreneur, you really need to make sure because I have been at that point too, where I was like, okay, is this enough? Is this not enough? I put in some,
Yeah.
and then you keep adding and it goes nowhere. But there are cases where I've put in a little and it has given me great returns as
Yes.
well. And that, I think, also comes with experience a little bit, but those who plan ahead win.
Yeah, I think that's a great point to make, because it's not just about setting aside the money and just saying, I'm going to put this in marketing or
Yeah,
PR.
yeah.
It's also identifying the right
Where it
channels.
should
You have to
go,
know your
exactly,
product in terms of
exactly.
price point. What is your market? What is your target audience? What is the price point?
Yeah.
If this is your price point, what are
How
the
much are you-
places that you want to be seen at? Which are the events you want to be seen at? Does it make sense for you to be seen in a particular publication or a particular event, or is that not your target audience? So I think that analysis is very important for you to land up and be visible in the right spots.
Yeah, and to get the kind of results
Yeah.
that you want with your spend, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, true, very true.